Hello, my name is Keeley and you're watching my booktube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about all the books I read in the month of October. I read 5 books this month, which I'm very pleased with because I think 2 of them were over 600 or close to 600. I know one of them for sure was over 600 pages, but the other one was pretty long, and I also had midterms this month and everything, so 5 books is good. So let's get into it. The first book I read this month was The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. It was very good. Some of the short stories weren't that interesting, but the ones with characters I knew were so great. Like with all the shadow hunters in them, I loved them, especially the ones with Alec, because Magnus and Alec are like my favorite couple almost out of every couple in the world. I love them so much and I could read about them forever. So I really loved those stories, and they were more towards the end, so the book ended really well. So yeah, 4 stars. The next book I read, I haven't hauled yet, but I think I have showed you in another video before, and that is Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. And this book was not as good as the movie. I'm just gonna say that. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars because it was good overall. I just didn't like the ending. The ending in this book is way different than how the movie ends, and the way the movie ended just showed that she was more powerful than this spell. And if you don't know, this is about a girl who is cursed basically with the gift of obedience. So anytime anyone tells her to do something, she has to do it. She doesn't know how to fight the curse. But yeah, I don't know. The end of the movie was just a whole lot better than this, but it was still very enjoyable. The next book I read in the month of October was one of the books that was over 600 pages, and that is The Host by Stephanie Meyer, and I love this book. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. It did take me forever to read, but that's just because it's very intimidating and I was very busy, but it was so good. This book is about aliens, if you didn't know, and they come and invade Earth, so you can see all the struggles the humans have to go through with that, and it's just so good. And the love triangle in here is just like kind of like it's a way different love triangle than any other love triangle I've ever seen. It's so good. All the characters are so amazing, and like the character development in this book is unlike anything I have ever read. And if you have not read this, you should pick it up, and I really hope she writes a sequel because she really needs to. I mean, this book didn't end on a real big cliffhanger. It ended like its own story, but it also opened up a whole nother story that could be written, so I'm hoping that she does because I would love to read more of this type of world. The next book I read this month was House by Frank Peretti and Ted Dekker. This book is kind of hard to explain. This couple is having problems in their marriage, and then they have like car problems, and they end up stuck at this house, and it's like kind of like a haunted house. Like weird things are happening. There's a weird family there. It's just like so many weird things, and if you're not reading closely or paying attention, you can get confused. And I don't know, I just didn't think that it was that enjoyable, and it was kind of confusing, and it wasn't scary like I thought it would be. So I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. And the last book I read in the month of October was The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, and I absolutely loved this book. I am obsessed with vampires ever since Twilight. That hasn't gone away. So I was so glad to read another vampire book, and it did not disappoint at all. It was so interesting how the story was set up. And if you don't know, this follows a girl named Tana. I think that's how you say her name. That's how I say her name. And basically, this world knows about vampires, so they have towns set up called cold towns where it's just like a fenced off like town where vampires live and where the infected live, and some people run away to go be a vampire and stuff like that. And it's so good, but all I can say is I need an epilogue. I desperately need an epilogue for this book, and if I didn't already say, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So these are all the books I read in the month of October. Let me know down below what you read. I would love to know, and let me know what you thought of them. That would be super interesting to find out too, so I can see more books that I need to add to my list to read, even though I have a million, but it's okay. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!